Hi guys, I'm Mika from Language Habit channel. Subscribe now if you want to know more about language learning because we are working on more content for you. Today our guest is Giovanna.
Hi guys, happy to be here.
We are here with her because she's a native Spanish speaker and we would like to hear her opinion on Slavic languages, in particular Slovak. Because as Slavic background, I want to know more points of view. So here we are. I want to ask you,
Yeah.
what do you find difficult, or how was your journey, and what amazed you when studying Slovak language?
Well, my learning with the Slavic language and my experience has been quite tough. You already mentioned some of the reasons why it has been tough, especially in my case, because we have totally different roots. Our language comes from Latin, and all the grammatical structure, how the words are meant, it's completely different. And I believe also that language says a lot about the culture and also how people behave and how people think. And there are certain differences indeed. And for me, when I started learning this Slavic language, it was the pronunciation, first of all. It's very tough. And in Spanish, for example, we don't really differentiate S or Z. And in the Slavic language, you really need to have the correct pronunciation when it turns to the specific words when you want to say it, like ice cream, zmerzlina, or when you would like to say it something with the S, like S tepo, like with you. And another vowels that you also that Slavic language has, like the C and the S and B and V, and there are other new letters for me. For example, the D, T, L. It gets quite a repetition to and also to master these new sounds in the road of learning a new language. And how you come to that point when you need to learn it was like you start like a baby. You start with the simple words. You start just forming a small sentences, and of course you try to increase your vocabulary, but the most important thing is that you practiced and also that you will start speaking. And although if you are afraid that it is wrong, but continue, and you at some point you will get better and you will improve your skills in this language.
This is really nice. This is what I want to ask you. My next question would be here. What, in your opinion, what do you think would be the best to learn language in a living environment, in a real case situation? Because we have lots of language schools, we have lovely certificates that tend to give you all those grammar exercises, fill the gaps, listening with understanding. And my question is, if you need to spend time with the locals, if you need to go to the shop, do your shopping, yeah, or real life scenarios, what is the most important for you? What is the most useful while learning a foreign language?
My recommendation is spending time with the people. And in my case, when I really excelled in the language, it was when I was living with the Slovak roommate, and the communication at the beginning was awful. It was like 2 3 words, but slowly then day by day it was improving it, because then you you know the words, you know the vocabulary, you know how to structure it, but at the moment when you need to speak is when you struggle the most because you are afraid and you are ashamed or how the people is going to understand. But I believe that you really need to put yourself out and go to the grocery, go to buy water or buy a ticket with a person in the cashier, and just practice, even with the kids. You can even have a small chat with the kids, and you would see your improvement. That would be my recommendation, and of course as well to listen, because when the people are speaking, you also get what they are talking and the structure, the vocabulary, and sometimes even you learn new things. And I believe that's the most effective way how to learn a language.
Okay, and my last question would be about the reaction of the locals. Do you think it is still worth it to speak their language even if you're struggling and even if it's not perfect?
Definitely, I believe that people appreciate you more when you try to speak their language, because then you are showing your willingness to understand their culture and also to be part of their culture and to adapt to their society. And because it is not good when you would like to live in a silo because you want to keep your roots, your language, your culture. But at the moment when you are in a different country, you really need to be part of that, and also part of the experience is to be part of the culture and learn from them. And this is what will give you even personal fulfillment. And of course, you are also like learning a new language that it will help you professionally and also personally. That's what I think it is very good to be part of it.
Okay, so just to sum up, thanks to Giovanna, we find out that yeah, Slavic languages may be difficult if you come from different background, but you need to go step by step. That you need to spend also, if you want to speed up with learning languages, you need to spend a lot of time on exposure, listening and speaking. And the most important, I think, you should not be afraid of speaking the language with the locals, because it is you who is learning a language and they should appreciate that. So, guys, thanks for watching us. Thanks, Jovi, for coming to us. And then have a nice, great day. Cheers, guys.